basically be like, hey, I'm here to give you money. Come on, make it happen.
Yeah. Yep. Everything that runs
Yeah,
through this machine is gonna pay you guys. Help me
that's
out.
exactly right.
Yep.
Exactly right. Because once you load up a reel with the coils of metal, I mean, you're looking at easily 500 pounds plus.
Yeah. What's up, guys? It's Tim with Gutter Growth. I got Thomas Campbell here with New Tech Machinery. And how you doing, Thomas?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I'm ready to rock and roll. How about yourself, man?
Pretty good, man. Most of us know New Tech. I know that I've used your machines in the past, but for those that don't know, can you give us a little bit of background on the company?
Yeah, definitely. New Tech Machinery's been around a long time. It was founded by Larry Coben in 1991, and we came out with the Mach 2 gutter machines in 1994. And the best part about that is that we were the first company that was that had a portable roll forming um, company that had. Pardon me, I apologize.
That's all right.
And yeah, so we're the first company that was able to commercially produce and market the polyurethane drive rollers. Um, Nobody else had it at the time, and we were the first ones to put it on the market and sell it to customers.
I remember first machine I used it with rubber rollers was New Tech. That's probably
Yeah,
going back about maybe like 18 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were the first ones to do it. Everyone else, anyone else who came out with one after us.
I know it was a big deal because the machines were so much faster than the old metal
Yeah,
ones. It was
yeah,
like night and
definitely.
day.
And the best part about them is that you didn't have to make adjustments when you switched from aluminum to steel or to copper. You just fed it through it every time, and it saved you a lot of time.
Yep. So
Yeah.
you guys were the first to design that. Did you have patents on it or?
No, unfortunately, Watertight was the first ones that actually had it designed, but they discontinued it or they went out of business. I'm not exactly sure there. And then Ron Shell, the inventor of it, came to work for New Tech Machinery, and we took it from there. But there was no patents on the product, so therefore, because of that, um, it got copied and mass produced by everybody.
So he was initially with Watertight.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Years and years ago.
I had a couple of those machines too. That's what we
Yeah,
were
yeah,
using before we switched over.
yeah. It was in those days. It was the one to get.
Yeah.
In the '80s, definitely.
Good deal. Yeah, they're definitely good machines.
Yeah, yeah. Back then, for sure.
Hi, this is Grant Hubbard with another Gutter Growth podcast for you. I want you to know that this podcast is sponsored by One Gutter Guard, your exclusive premium guard option. Now enjoy the show.
So yeah, you had a couple announcements you were going to make.
Yeah, definitely. The big one I know, especially with your followers, we're going to be at GutterCon this year.
Oh,
We
that's
weren't
awesome.
there last year, but we decided since I came on board, I wanted to, you know, go to GutterCon, see how it is, and get our name out there and show everybody that yes, we want to support the gutter industry. And so we'll have a booth there, and we'll be able to talk to everybody to introduce our machines to people because I know a lot of people are going into the gutter business for the first time and need guidance on which machines to use and all that information that they need.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'll definitely be there, so I'll see you. I'll see you there.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
spoke to Frank and Tony, and they said they'd be there as well. So it'll be good to meet everybody in person for once.
Is that the first convention you guys have done?
No, we went to the
Yeah.
one in 2020. We actually had the one in 2022 here in Denver, and we actually did tours here with our facility. So I don't know if you went to that show,
I
but
didn't
if
go
you
to the
did,
first one. Yeah.
yeah, the first one, yeah, we actually had tours of people coming and visiting our factory and seeing all the new tech products up close and personal, and it was a really fantastic show.
Good deal. So you guys are just spitting out machines every day? What's the factory like?
Um, yeah, man, we're just making them as fast as we can, and it's we get orders all the time, and we're just trying to spit them out as fast as possible. And we're currently at a lead time of 6 weeks because we've just had such a huge demand for them.
Yep. That's not too bad though. 6 weeks ain't too bad.
Oh no, not at all. I mean, if you look at the roofing and panel side of things, we're at 34 weeks,
34
and
weeks.
Yes, to get one of our roof panel machines.
Is that just
But
because of the demand?
it's huge. I mean, we get orders for them and we try to keep up. We're in the process of expanding our production line just to keep up with everything. And every time we make improvements, we just keep getting more and more. And it's a great problem to have.
Do the roofers buy that box cutter machine that you have a lot?
It's a niche item. The box cutter is not something that you're going to see very many people use. It's the reason being is because you're only going to see it on commercial buildings. You're not
Right.
going to see it, somebody's home. Also, in order to get one of those machines, there's a high upfront cost. I mean, you're going to spend anywhere from 75 to 100,000 on a machine like that. And in order to do that kind of business, I mean, you need commercial contracts that are easily $250,000, $500,000, multi-million-dollar contracts. And so you need to be a commercial construction company or somebody in that line of work in order to get into that business.
So it's mainly roofers scooping those up?
Well, no, I've got some gutter installers. We just sold one too, and out of Oregon, and they're going to be using it in a couple weeks. They just
Yeah.
got the machine.
Yeah, it's a nice machine you guys got there.
Oh, it's a beautiful machine. Got nice hydraulics on it. It's expensive, but it's also the Cadillac of the industry. So I
Yeah.
mean, you
Yeah, I
definitely
agree
get
with
what you
that.
pay for.
Yeah. Yeah, I had an Engler. I wasn't too happy with it, but I was eyeing the new techs. I probably should have got that at the time.
If you're doing any machine, I mean, always look at new tech, especially on the roofing. I mean, we're the leaders of all the machines out there as far as quality goes,
Mhm.
and we're the highest selling portable roofing company as well.
Yep. So other than GutterCon, what other conventions can people expect you at this year?
So we've got quite a list going on right now. We've got a local one here for the Colorado Roofing Association, which will be next Thursday, which is going to be, let me look at my calendar real quick. That's January 25th. And then we are going to the International Roofing Expo. That's the biggest roofing and metal company trade show in the world. And it's definitely one to be at. If you're dealing with roofers, if you're dealing with gutters, if you're dealing with anything metal related, you want to be at this show. And it's from February 6th to February 8th. And we're going to have a big booth there. We're going to have our roofing panel machine, our gutter machines. We're going to have our whole sales team over there. It's going to be an awesome event.
Is
And
that going to be roofers from all over the country?
all over the world.
All over the
These
world.
are companies, distributors. We have distributors come from the Caribbean. We have people coming from South America. I've had people come from Africa and just all over the world. It's a huge hodgepodge of people from different places, different backgrounds, and it's a lot of fun and it's great for business.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it's always good
Yeah.
to get in there and kind of rub your
Yeah.
elbows with people and
Definitely.
make some
And then,
contacts and
yeah, definitely. And then we'll also be at the Florida Roofing and Sheet Metal Association show. That's going to be from June 5 and 6. So I know you're in Florida area, and a lot of people are there. So it's definitely one to go to. You'll be able to meet the new tech people and see a lot of good stuff there as well. And then we'll be going to MetalCon in Atlanta, which is from October 30th to November 1st. So and we'll have our machines there for sure as well. And it's going to be another great show.
What's MetalCon like? Is that mostly roofers or
No, I mean,
you got sheet metal guys in there?
You're going to have your sheet metal vendors out there. You're going to have, roofing people who sell to the roofer companies. But I mean, there's gutter companies there too. And you're also going to see, new tech machinery. You'll see downspout machines there. You'll see pretty much just anything metal related. I mean, you'll see raw material suppliers will be there as well. Like,
Awesome.
for beams.
Do you guys make downspout machines?
No, we don't, but we have a company that's local that does the implant ones called Skyline Enterprises. They make them in-house. But those are a lot more expensive than a standard gutter machine.
Yeah, they're not really worth it for a company unless you're distributing it. I don't really think.
Or you've got like maybe 10 machines and you're, in multi-cities and
Yeah.
and you're doing them all the time and you're constantly buying them by like, a flatbed, then yeah, you definitely want to be making them. But if you're just doing one house here, one house there, then no, it's not worth it.
So you guys, how you guys doing with the machines? I heard you made a couple changes, or
Yeah, so for 2024, we're making some changes. We haven't really announced or anything. We're going to bring some of the new changes to the IRE show, or International Roofing Expo, in Las Vegas. The biggest thing is going to be we are switching from the steel reels to an aluminum reel. And that's not going to happen until probably the fall or the fourth quarter. And they're going to they look pretty sweet. Everybody's seen some pictures of them, and I'm excited for the final one to be approved and showing us shows and everything. And we had a lot of people ask us, they want the aluminum reel because it's lightweight and just easy to handle. And so we're decided, okay, we're going to come out with one. We'll show it off to get people's feedback and reaction to it, and see what people think.
yeah, most of the guys don't have a lift in their truck, so I mean that extra 50 pounds that really makes a difference with the
Yeah,
aluminum
yeah,
being a lot lighter.
yeah. When it's empty, for sure. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, if you got like a spin down or something, you just throw it on. That way you're able to
Well,
just do it by hand.
well, a lot of people when they load up the reels into their enclosed trailers, they actually built out an access panel on the side, like a custom design.
Yeah,
And so that way forklifts can load it up, because once you load up a reel with the coil of metal, I mean, you're looking at easily 500 pounds plus,
yeah,
and up to even 1,000 pounds, depending on, how big you want it to go. So no one's going to be lifting that by hand. So we never really considered the aluminum reels because of that, but because, customers want it, we'll go ahead and do it.
awesome. Are you gonna completely get rid of the steel ones, or are you gonna
That
keep
that hasn't
going?
been decided yet. I personally want to keep them for now, and then we'll see what happens later on. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah, that way maybe they have a choice.
Yeah, maybe we'll do an option type of thing. Be like, hey, you can do this or you can do that. I don't know yet. We're still talking about it.
So how do you feel about the gutter business right now?
I mean, dude, it's been booming. I mean, the machine business in general, including roof panels and gutters, I mean, it's been booming. There's been so many people that are interested in getting into it. I talk to roofers a lot, and what they tell me is that I can't get a gutter guy to come out to my place and fit on installs for at least 3 to 6 weeks. And they're like, I'm just gonna buy a machine and do it myself. And so we see a lot of that come along. We talk to the people that work for gutter companies and say, hey, I'm gonna make my own company because our own company can't keep up. We got way too much work to do.
Yeah,
And I know I can make money if I do it myself. And so we talk to those kind of guys as well. And just everybody in between, people who used our machines in the past need another one. And so, but because of all that, I mean, I feel like it's just been really, really, I think the market's hot right now.
yeah. I feel like it's a market too where there's a lot of little guys, so there's gonna be continue to have a lot of guys come in and startup companies. There's
Yep.
gonna be a lot of startup companies in this industry to
Oh,
come, I think.
absolutely. For the next several years, I completely see that until somebody big starts taking over. But
Yep.
we'll see what happens there.
But I haven't seen that yet in this industry.
No one's done that yet, but I know there's people out there trying.
Oh yeah. You don't blame them,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, of course not. I mean, the whole idea is to make money. I mean, that's the point of it. So, I mean, I so always say go for it.
Yeah, I've been in the industry for, I don't know, 20 something years. And I've
Nice.
seen it change a lot. It seems like, lately it's been to where social media and everyone's kind of grouped up together. You didn't have that even 10 years ago, so
Yeah,
that's really changing.
it's definitely brand new for me. And coming from a steel background, I mean, I was 10 years in steel sales where I sold raw beams and raw sheet metal and all the construction stuff that you might need. So coming into this business, I was pretty surprised that there was such a developed community on Facebook for that,
Yeah.
and it's great to be a part of that as well.
What did you do before? You sell like coil and stuff?
I sold coil, but I didn't sell anything like like the thin gauge like we use in the gutter world. It was all heavy gauge, like 16 gauge, 11 gauge were the most popular ones we sold. And then I sold this to a bunch of heavy product like 3/8, half inch, 2-inch thick plates.
Mhm.
The solid I beams that you see on bridges, just everything in between. Angle iron, channels, things of that nature. Just great construction items that everybody has to have in order to build something commercially.
How'd you fall into gutters or machines?
Well, so when I was back then, I was living in Houston, Texas,
Okay.
and then my wife and I decided to move up here to Denver, Colorado, and so I left my job there and came up here, and I started looking at different opportunities in the industrial world because that's what I know and love. I've been in the industrial world forever, and I'll always be there most likely. And so I found New Tech was hiring, and I applied, and we found out we were a great fit for one another, and here I am.
Yep.
And it's been great ever since. I mean, love the product, love the customers. It's all great stuff.
Is the founder still around? Or?
Well, back in I want to say 2015, Mazzella Companies bought out New Tech Machinery. So the current founder is retired. I don't know much more than that. And after that, New Tech has been under the Mazzella branch ever since. And because of that, we've been able to expand, do some put more money into R&D, and just improve our products and make sure that we are putting out a good product every time we make a machine.
Yeah. Are you guys? I know you guys bought the NASA machine. Are you still producing that, or?
No, a few years ago we discontinued it. Um, that was a whole thing with the NASA machine. It was a great product as far as the concept goes, where you have a multi-profile machine and putting a different fascia piece in there to make it produce a different shape. Unfortunately, though, there just wasn't a lot of demand for it,
Yeah.
and because a lot of people didn't want to pay the price tag that was attached to it, or they feel like I can just get by with a K-style machine. That's all I need, or just buy something else. So they didn't see the advantages to it. I think now people would be more open to it now than they were like 5 years ago.
Right.
I think it might have been before its time actually.
Yeah.
So people just didn't understand the abilities that it had and how to use it, and so we just took it off the market and said maybe in the future we'll bring it back, but for now it's just not a good time.
Yeah. I was eyeing it years ago, but I ended up not doing it. Kind of for that reason. I didn't feel like I'd be able to sell any of the profiles.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I could see it maybe in the future working out. Is that something you guys would ever bring back, or you just don't know?
We're open to anything right now. It's just a matter of is there demand for it, and then what's the price tag going to be on it, and will customers pay that?
You know, it'd be cool. I don't know if it's possible, but it'd be cool if they had a machine that did like the major profiles, like, half round box. And if you're able to change it like on
Yeah.
those, that's possible. That would be pretty cool.
As far as I know, the half round, you just can't do anything but half round on that kind of machine,
Yeah,
because getting a half round to be made is hard enough as it is.
it's true.
And trying to get that in a box, it's possible, but it's gonna cost big time for anyone who wants a machine like that. So I don't know that's just if there's a demand for something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true. Would be cool though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would love a machine that did every single profile. I mean, that'd be perfect for me. Then
Yeah,
you could and then everyone just buys the profile they need and want and make a lot of money doing that. But that's something that I definitely would like to see, but it's going to be years before anything like that ever, comes to fruition.
right. Yep.
Yeah.
So, if someone wanted to buy a machine, what's the best way to reach out to you?
The best way is you can call my direct line. It's 303-597-0089, or you can go to our website at newtechmachinery.com, and we have a page where it says, hey, I'm interested in buying a machine. They submit something, or you can email me directly at thomas.campbell@newtechmachinery.com.
So, what you said, that's like a 6-week process?
So what happens is, once we determine which machine you want and which configuration you want to get, like if you want cradles or reels or spools, once we figure all those details out and then an order is placed, current lead times are 6 weeks to deliver the machine to your location in the United States. Yeah, if
What
it's
do you
going out of
do?
the country, then it takes a little longer.
So what do? You deliver it directly to their shop or wherever they
Mhm.
want, or do you go to like a distributor?
It depends. Sometimes we'll say go through the distributor, we'll ship it there directly, and then they can, get you the machine onto your truck. That especially works when they don't have their own kind of facility where they're working out of the back of their garage. Um, Also, we require a forklift to take it off the truck because these machines weigh, anywhere from 1,300 to 1,600 pounds, somewhere in that range, plus the packaging for it. So you're not lifting it by hand. So it just needs to be coordinated. Sometimes we ship it to freight terminal places. We ship it to their friend's shop in the next town over. Just wherever they feel comfortable receiving the machine and have the capabilities that are necessary to offload it.
I know I always just had machines shipped to the distributor, and if you do business with them, they help you out. They'll do a forklift for
Yeah,
you. Okay, tip their
yeah,
guys,
definitely.
and you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a relationship, that's definitely the way to go. And if you can buy it through that dealership or distributorship, then that's also a good way to go as well.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah, I know some of the machines that I was running. We bought the new techs brand new like 18 years ago. They still got them running good and strong.
Yeah, and I was actually looking at the prices from 20 years ago. They're actually cheaper now than they were then.
Are they really?
Yeah,
How
yeah,
much were
it's
you guys
crazy.
selling them for then?
We used to sell a combo 20 years ago, the base model, nothing else, for 15,000. Now we can sell a combo with a couple of cradles for 14,000 and the shears.
That's
And so,
incredible.
yeah, so we're selling them cheaper than we were 20 years ago. And the cost of things have gone up in that time frame. Inflation has happened. So I mean, gutter machines are cheaper now than they've ever been.
How are you guys doing that? You're just more efficient with the production?
Exactly. And so what we do is one of the things we've been able to do is we have a plant in Mexico and in Hermosillo, Mexico, where it's a new tech operated plant. We own it. All the employees are, new tech employees. So everything's done to new tech standards.
Hmm.
And so because of that, we've been able to lower our cost on product and everything necessary to make it happen. And basically just gotten more efficient with what we do. And that's what we're always trying to do is always come out with the best possible methods for us to make our machines while still maintaining that awesome quality that we have.
How many employees does it take at the warehouse for production?
I mean,
Um,
here in the Aurora location, we have about 90 people,
Okay.
and then in Hermosillo, Mexico, it's I'd say at least 100 people there as well, maybe more. I'm not entirely sure.
So it's a
So
pretty
we
big
have
operation.
you got to have it to
Yeah.
support all the machines we're building and everything. It requires a lot of people to do it.
Is it kind of like cars where you assembly line it? Like everyone's doing their own little part, or how's that work?
No, we don't do it that way. We
No?
Everything's pretty much hand built, and we have everything built to standards, and so everything's built pretty much the same, one after another. And so it's a good thing, and we're very consistent in our products.
Hmm. Good deal. Are you finding that you're selling more combos?
Oh my goodness, it's not even close. The combos sell like 90% out of everything else. It's amazing. I thought for sure we'd sell more 5-inch or 6-inch than the
Yeah.
combos, because there's two different sizes. But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if you're, an operation that's doing 5-inch here, 6-inch here, then that's all you need. I mean, the only people who are going to be needing a dedicated 5 or dedicated 6 are those that are producing both sides of the gutter all the time.
Yeah. I think most places are switching over to 6-inch. I've worked throughout the country, and I know the more, at least on the east and Midwest side, the more north you get, the more 5 inch is prevalent.
Yep, that's
But it
right.
still seems like they're replacing it all with 6 inch. You know, you might have
Well,
your
the
custom
Midwest
now
is
and
still,
then.
yeah, the Midwest is still 5 inch for the most
Is it?
part, but the East Coast and West Coast are definitely going 6. And then when you get to Florida, it's 7 or whatever they can get their hands on.
Do you feel the Midwest just isn't really pushing 6? They haven't really, just the market hasn't pushed it.
I don't think they need it as far as the rain uh, consumption over there. I think most of it is 5, but I mean, I just go with what I'm told from the customers. I mean, like, hey, what size are you seeing out there? You see mostly 5, see mostly 6, and they tend to go with whatever is out there already.
Yeah.
So
So same out there in Colorado, same thing, mostly
yeah,
5 inch.
Colorado is mostly a 5 inch, but I'm starting to see more people offer combos, and then that way they can tell clients, okay, I need 6 inch. So it is starting to grow on the 6 inch here, but it's still, less than 5 inch.
There's probably no 7 inch out there, huh?
No, none at all. No, anyone who has a 7 inch machine out here is probably wasting their time.
Or having to do it for commercial.
Yeah, it'd have to be a commercial project for that to really be required.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of it in Florida, but I feel like it's probably the only state that has that much.
I think Texas is going that route too.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
they get
heard I've
some
heard
hard
things.
rains out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, they get the hurricanes, they get the tropical storms. I mean, it's just as bad as Florida gets it, I think. All the Gulf Coast states, I think.
I didn't like Texas. It was too hot.
Yeah, my wife said the same thing. That's why we left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weather's pretty good in Colorado.
Yeah, it's amazing. The humidity is way less. I mean, in the summers it gets to the 90s, but it's so much easier to deal with. I mean, the only thing you have to deal with every once in a while is a few days where it gets, below 0 a year, but the rest of the time it's really pretty comfortable because even if it's, cold out there, the sun is out and just makes everything nice.
Good deal, man.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you want everybody to know before we get off here? Is there like one thing?
Just one thing I like to tell people is I know a lot of customers I talk to or people that are in the business. Look at don't just look at the machine that you've been using or been trained on. Look at other options. Explore the different gutter machines out there. Definitely talk to New Tech, talk to myself. That way we can explain to you, some of the big differences about our machines, about the better warranty that we have than some of the other guys out there, and just also that we're just one of the fastest machine on the market when it comes to producing gutter. Nobody else can top us in that regard.
It is a fast machine. I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah, it is the fastest. There isn't anything else that can compete with it, speed wise.
So you guys' warranty is a little bit different.
Oh yeah, we have a 3-year warranty on both the mechanical, as well as the electrical, on those parts. Nobody else has that. Everyone else is 3 years mechanical, 1 year electrical, or 1 year everything, or 2 years everything. So I mean, we stand behind our products because we believe in it. We know that our product is the best product on the market. It's the highest performing machine on the market, and so it's something that, yes, it's a little more expensive than the other guys, but that's the reason why. It's because it has a better warranty and a higher quality machine. And when you keep a machine for 10, 20 years, I mean, what's another $500? What's another $1,000 for over 20 years? I mean, that's nothing. You'll make that money back in no
It's
time.
worth the speed because those are fast
Oh,
machines. I could
especially if you're a
test
drop
that.
and drop kind of guy. Oh my goodness, that speed is very, very critical. I mean, what's
Yeah,
that phrase everyone says? Time is money.
time is money. Yeah, you make that
Yeah.
500 back quick.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you'll never know the difference in a few years.
Yep. Well, I've used New Tech and it's definitely a great product. You're definitely right on the
So,
speed, and I
so,
don't think there's any better quality out
so,
there. So I mean, I
so,
could agree to that.
so Tim, I have to ask you, what are you using right now?
Well, I sold my businesses or
Oh,
my
you
ag
did?
business.
Okay. I thought
Yeah,
you still had one. I apologize.
I
Okay.
sold it.
Yeah.
I was using, I had a few things. I had an Engler on the box gutter machine and I had some KWMs. But really, I guess the only reason why is, my distributor down here was selling them. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
you know,
and that's one thing I want to tell people is like, just because your distributor only shows you one product, you can buy our product through ABC Supply. You just have to tell them I want a new tech machine, and then they'll order it for you. So I mean, they will probably push you for the KWM because that's what they have in their catalog. But if you tell them I want a new tech machine, they can and will get it for you.
mhm.
And if they can't, call me. I'll deal with it for you.
And even if they don't sell it, if you get a good relationship with it, they'll definitely deal with it for you and get it shipped
Of
in
course,
and
of
lift
course.
it for you. I've never
Yeah,
had
I
a
mean,
distributor tell me no on that.
yeah, I
You know?
mean, basically be like, hey, I'm here to give you money. Come on, make it happen.
Yeah. Yep. Everything that runs
Yeah,
through this machine's gonna pay you guys. Help me
that's
out.
exactly right.
Yep.
Exactly right. Yeah.
So good deal. So yeah, guys, if you need a machine, definitely reach out to Thomas. Check him out at GutterCon, and he's
That's
gonna be at a
right.
few other conventions, and they could always reach out to you on Messenger if
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I'm in the gutter installer group or the gutter growth group. I mean, I'm in those as well. I'm pretty active as well. And so you're always welcome to message me on those.
Good deal, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome.
All right, man. It was nice talking to you. I think everyone's going to be interested in hearing about this, and you guys got
Yeah,
great machines, and looking forward to some of the changes.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hey, I look forward to it as well. And if anyone needs a gutter machine, always talk to them about new tech first.
Good deal. And if you can't reach out to Thomas, reach out to me, and I'll get you in touch with him.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
See you, Thomas.
You too. Bye bye.